All right, I want to start by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone that I learned this truth from. Salutations to the elect out there. All right, I want to do a quick lesson going into how these Moabites, which are the so-called Chinese, how they still are afraid of you Israelites and they don't like to be around you. You see? All right, and I'm going to start with the scripture right here in Numbers 22. This is Numbers 22 verse 3. It says, and Moab, who are the so-called Chinese, was so afraid of the people because they were many, and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. You see, and even today they are distressed because of you Israelites. Let's get this in the NLT. It says, and when the people of Moab saw how many Israelites there were, they were terrified. You see, so they're terrified of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are Israelites. All right, let's get this scripture right here in Zephaniah. It's 2 and 8. It says, I have heard of the reproach of Moab and the revelings of the children of Ammon. The children of Ammon are the so-called Japanese. It says, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. You see, let's get this in the NLT. It says, I have heard of the taunts of the Moabites and the insults of the Ammonites, mocking my people and invading their borders. You see, so these Moabites and Ammonites, these so-called Chinese and Japanese, they still mock you Israelites even until this day. You know, they hate you even until this day. They're distressed because of you. And let's get an example in this video. All right, here we go.
As well, shopping in Chinatown.
Our Suzanne Lemagneau has been listening to their story and the lessons.
As well, shopping in Chinatown.
Our Suzanne Lemagneau has been listening to their story and the lessons.
All right, Salakia.
Racially profiled at the ages of 9 and 10. That's what two Chicago mothers say happened to their daughters while shopping in Chinatown.
Our Suzanne Lemagneau has been listening to their story and the lessons learned from the scary moments these two young girls say they endured.
For 10-year-old Malin Hall and 9-year-old Addison Willett, a trip to Chinatown is a monthly, fun-filled experience.
My dad, my mom, my grandma, everybody has bought something from that store. My dad even bought a hat and a bowl from there.
But a recent visit to that store, AJ Housewares and Gifts on January 2nd, left the girls feeling anything but joy.
They started following us around the store.
Then an employee accused Malin of shoplifting a keychain.
I had picked up one that I really liked, but then I put it back because I didn't really want it anymore. And I had just put it on a random shelf because I didn't know where to put it. She was like, empty your pockets out, empty your pockets out. And then I showed her multiple times because I had wore one of my mini bags that day. So I showed her inside my purse, I showed her inside my pockets.
Willett was also asked by the store employee to empty her pockets.
She put her hand on Madeline's back, and then it looked like she was guiding out the store on the cameras, but she actually was pushing her.
Trying to push her out?
Yeah, but she did. She had pushed me, and then she closed the door and locked it, but also when we were getting, they made us empty out our pockets and stuff.
How did that make you feel?
It made us feel really, sad, and just, we weren't, we didn't matter in that moment type of stuff, because we are human too, and I feel like they didn't think, they just thought of our skin colors. It wasn't anybody in there that was the same color as me.
And that's why you feel you were singled out. Willett's mother, Ashley Fuller, was right outside the store when the girls left, sobbing uncontrollably.
I thought someone hit them, or I just didn't understand what was going on. After I figured out what happened, I contacted the police.
A report was filed for simple battery. No arrest was made. Soon after, Malin's mother arrived.
The bigger picture is that they was racially profiled. They was discriminated against. You placed your hands on my child. That is the bigger issue.
Both mothers reached out to 11th Ward Alderwoman Nicole Lee.
My heart just sank that it happened to them at all. And my immediate reaction was, what can we do to address this?
Lee says she wants to work with other community leaders to create a training program for business owners to stop racial profiling.
There's no place for that in the 11th Ward or anywhere in the city of Chicago. And we want to make sure that.
And as you can see, these Moabites and Ammonites, which are the so-called Chinese and Japanese, they still are distressed, even this day, because of you Israelites, because you are more than them. You see. All right, I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Shalom.